Welcome to Policy on Demand's Week in Review. I'm Andrew Pryor.
What would you tell clients are your takeaways from this week?
2 takeaways. First, Congress is leaving for the year without completing action on several pieces of unfinished legislative business. This includes legislation restoring 174 R&D expensing, the 163J EBITDA-based business interest limitation, and 100% bonus depreciation, as well as separate legislation providing Taiwan double taxation relief. Second, IRS issued a notice announcing that Treasury and the IRS intend to issue proposed regulations addressing the application of foreign tax credit and dual consolidated loss rules to certain types of taxes in the OECD's Pillar 2 GloBE model rules. The IRS notice also extends temporary relief from the 2022 final tax credit regulations.
Which question related to policy did you get asked the most, and how did you respond?
The question I got asked the most this week is what happens to those 3 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act business tax provisions now that Congress is leaving town? My response? There will be a short window of opportunity for Congress to take up and pass a bill addressing the TCJA business tax provisions in January or early February. There's optimism about reaching an agreement on a bipartisan tax package addressing them and the child tax credit, but finding a legislative vehicle remains an issue. Government funding is a potential vehicle, but Congress, when it returns, will have just 2 weeks to avoid a partial government shutdown, and there is no agreement yet on top-line spending level. Another potential legislative vehicle is the Taiwan tax bill. Congress also could attempt to move a bipartisan tax package as a freestanding tax bill. However, any government shutdown could sideline tax and other legislation while congressional leaders focus on government funding. If Congress fails to act in early 2024, then the next opportunity for legislative action likely will not be until 2025, when Congress will face the scheduled expiration of TCJA individual and pass-through business provisions. In that scenario, it is difficult to imagine Congress in 2025 enacting a retroactive, seamless extension of the TCJA business tax provision.
Where should companies focus their attention in the coming week?
While year-end tax legislation may be off the table, companies should be on the lookout for additional Treasury and OECD tax guidance before year-end. Corporate alternative minimum tax guidance may be out soon, and stock buyback excise tax guidance also is expected by year-end, although it is possible the timing could slip a bit. Meanwhile, the OECD may release country-by-country safe harbor FAQs with anti-arbitrage rules before year-end. Finally, a programming note. This is the last week in review of 2023, and we will be back in January with more insights from our policy team. In the meantime, on behalf of the Policy on Demand team, have a safe and happy holiday season.